Hey guys, I'm wearing this blue collar shirt because it's from my work and I forgot to carry a spare shirt to school. So to catch you guys up, I've had a relatively busy day. Pretty much I had work in the morning. I had work from like 10 to 3:45 today, and I just work at the IT service desk on my campus just because IT is like what I do. I don't know why I'm hugging my steering wheel. It's so nice and cool. And then I had class from 4 to 5:30, 5:15. And now I am here in a parking lot of a TJ Maxx all the way in the back so that no one can see me or hear me. So I literally came straight from school. I didn't even stop by my apartment just because I was so freaking hungry. So I actually stopped by and got Chick-fil-A. Can we appreciate the fact that Chick-fil-A doesn't give you a straw automatically with your drink? Is that a new rule? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, like, I know restaurants don't give out straws anymore, but I'm pretty sure fast food places still do. So kudos on Chick-fil-A for not doing that, because places like McDonald's and stuff are literally never going to change. Obviously there's still the plastic lid, and honestly can't do anything about it. Like, I was gonna ask them for it without, because I remember that Chick-fil-A does like foam cups or whatever, but I'm driving so I couldn't have done it without. It would have literally gone everywhere. If you guys are wondering what I got from Chick-fil-A, I got a chicken sandwich meal with medium fries and a Coke, and I got Chick-fil-A sauce and ranch. I don't usually drink soda, but for fast food, which I literally like once in maybe 3 months when I'm in college because it's like nearby, and other than that, like literally never. Guys, look at this.
Nice.
How fucking beautiful is that? I just spit all over my car.
Ooh, yummy. So delicious.
I posted that little question poll thingy on my Instagram story like last week and asked you guys if you guys have any similar topics to diversity or like subtopics in diversity that you'd like me to talk about, just because I find talking about diversity really interesting. It's just an interesting topic for me and I love exploring with it. The reason I posted that actually was because on my last video about diversity, the one with Summer and Hannah Maloche, I got a comment of this girl who said, you know, how is saying a black woman powder racist? Like, that is what black women wear. And then she also said that for the video of Summer jeweling, she was like, oh, isn't you calling it that, oh, she was mimicking the way black people talk, racist in itself? And so I responded to that comment, and I thought it was really interesting, like, no hate or anything, but at least the first part. Like, the second part is like, I feel like she was just trying to like manipulate and twist it, like, not like in a bad way, but like, it's like chicken or egg. It's clear who she was trying to mimic. Now, is that stereotype correct? No, but I mean, like, how else do you say that in a video? I don't know. It is wrong to call it black woman powder. It's not like only black women wear dark powders. That's what I said in my comment. Like, there are plenty of other dark races around the world. There are Indians, for one. Like, I'm freaking dark. There's African Americans. There are some dark Filipinos. It is racist, her calling it black woman powder. She's referring to a specific race. Yeah, of course it's racist. Like, are you gonna look at a light colored powder and call it white woman powder? No, like, that's freaking racist, right? If she really wanted to just say that it's dark and state its color, she could have just said, oh, you're putting like a shade that's too dark for you on or something. Moving back to the Instagram story question, someone commented on my video, talk about culture appropriation in K-pop. I'm pretty up to date with like current terms, but I'm not on social media enough, honestly, a lot, to even know like the current trending things. I obviously had heard of culture appropriation, but I didn't really know like exactly what it meant. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, okay, I don't know about it. So me being the self-sufficient learner that I am, I wanted to research on the topic because I figured if I don't know about it, that probably means that a lot of you guys don't know about it and maybe have not even heard of it if you're young. Culture appropriation is defined as when you take elements of someone's culture, regardless if you like the person or respect them even. So there's this other term called cultural exchange, which is what I was thinking about. Mutually exchanging elements from each other's cultures that are like actually agreed upon. Cultural appropriation is like taking advantage of that less popular group of people of color. When you guys hear the phrase rock and roll, what do you guys think of? I think of Elvis, as I'm pretty sure every other teen in America at least does. So Elvis was actually not the creator of rock and roll. It was actually really initiated by African American artists. And so imagine like being a part of that like group of artists who like, you know, started rock and roll and just never getting the credit for that. And on top of that, seeing some white guy take credit and become so famous from it. It's so sad. And that is the reason why culture appropriation is such a big trending thing today. So that's like when it kind of clicked for me, the Elvis Presley example, just because, I don't know, it's more relatable, I guess. Katy Perry performed as a geisha in one of her American Music Awards performance. She completely misrepresented Japanese and Asian women and their culture. She kind of reiterated that stereotype that is so common in America, that, you know, Asian women are just used as like sexual objects, sexual pawns, and like all they care about is blah blah blah, like all that kind of stuff. And that is a incorrect stereotype, which, by the way, most stereotypes are incorrect, but, or at least not applicable to everyone. So she reiterated that in her performance. Like, imagine people who are her fans who are Japanese. And then also think about the fact that, okay, she gets to go home at the end of the day after a performance like that, not thinking about the implications of her actions, and makes a cartload of money on that performance. On the other hand, I'll explain to you guys an example of how to do culture appropriation in the right way. So Rihanna, at one of the Met Gala red carpets or something like that, Rihanna was wearing this dress that was like imperial yellow. In China, the color of imperial yellow, which is like this beautiful gold color, is like considered really royal and like good fortune kind of a thing. She wore that, which was evidently like okay for other people who weren't Chinese. Like, it was okay for her to wear that, so, you know, she was following the rules, or whatever you want to call it, of cultural boundaries. And the designer that did the dress for her, it was apparently very authentic, and it's a beautiful dress. So that's kind of the right way to do culture appropriation, is making sure that you actually represent the culture for what it is. I don't know, like, if you guys are in my generation, I used to love Selena Gomez when she used to like come out with music, and so I remember her song Come and Get It. Like, she was wearing a bindi in one of her like scenes in that song, and she was doing like, I think she was just dancing. I wouldn't say it's like actually Bollywood dancing. I remember she got so much hate for it. Like, I don't even know why, because I'm Indian, and I was like, cool, like, she's wearing a bindi. Like, as long as you're not showing it and portraying it in the wrong way, it's fine. I didn't really like research into the situation or anything, but if I'm not mistaken, I don't think she used it in a bad way or like shining a bad light on Indian culture. So I don't understand why that's an issue, you know? Like, I feel like a lot of people are so protective and so religious that they're like, oh, like, she bothers from us, like, she doesn't know anything about Bollywood and all that stuff. Like, who cares? Like, if she wants to borrow some element from our culture for us, let her do it. And also, that just like gives more exposure. It's cool that she wants to learn about Indian stuff. Like, she doesn't have to sit there like explaining a video on why like she's doing that only for good intentions. That's my opinion. I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, I just wanted to talk about that just because I thought it was interesting, and also I wasn't very like solid on my understanding of the term of culture appropriation, so I thought it was interesting to research and kind of define the lines on where the boundaries are. The person who had commented that said in K-pop specifically, so I'll talk about that for like 2 minutes, to be honest, because it's not something that like I care to go like really in depth to, if that makes any sense. Like, not in a weird way, but like, yeah, I like K-pop, but I just genuinely don't explore anymore as much, not even as much as I used to. Like, I used to explore so much in K-pop and K-dramas, and now I don't explore at all. And the primary reason for that is because I'm just busy. I know in K-pop, and same with other industries, to be honest, like, there are artists in the past that have done like a video or something, like just as a joke even, and they have like blackface, and like, that's not funny. I researched a little bit about it in K-pop, and all I found was that specifically, like, yeah, there are a couple artists that have like done that every once in a while, and it's like on accident or purpose or whatever, and they get like shunned by the world. But I read specifically about the group that I love, BTS, and they gave an example of that, and I was able to relate to that obviously because I love them and I know all of their stuff. So they were talking about their rap songs. Like, the difference between culture appropriation is, like, for example, if they were to claim that, hey, we created rap, we totally came up with it, we invented it, which they don't, then that's culture appropriation, because they did not invent rap. African American artists invented rap. Like, they don't say anything like that. Like, they don't say that, oh, we invented it, or oh, blah blah blah. They put their own twist on it and they perform. That's pretty much it. There's really not much to say when you're following the rules, in my opinion. I remember when I was making my, like, first dope video, not my first dope video, like the one that got like a lot of views. I remember talking about it and I was like, it's really that simple. Either you're racist and you have thoughts like that, or you're not. There should be no need for a brand or a person to feel the urgency to reach out to people who are diverse just so that they can be inclusive. Because if you're, like, not racist and you accept diversity and stuff like that and you love everyone, then you would do that automatically. Like, there's no thinking about it. It's just second nature. Yeah, that's my view on it. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's fun for me to talk like this to you guys. I like it a lot. If you guys ever have any ideas or want to see something from me, please comment them down below. Don't be shy. I would love to hear from any one of you. And I do respond to all of your comments. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.